Hi, this is Mark. I'm late with the news today, but today is July 1st. Happy 4th of July weekend to everybody. Let's get right to it. Uh, Crypto, everyone's saying it's about to crash, but ApeCoin traders are willing to go short, can make most of this pattern, according to ApeCoin people. Snoop Dogg still is bullish on Ethereum despite NFT trading declining. Hedge fund founder predicts Ethereum will plunge to $500. Wow. Ryan King of the Dusk Network interview with Adrian Ashley of Crypto Daily. Check it out on Crypto Daily. Coinbase seeks further expansion into Europe amid crypto bear market. I have to agree with them. Now is the time to invest in crypto. All right, let's go to some other news. Out of Detroit. They're still arguing over the Flint fiasco with poison water. Abortion women's rights grow as priorities poll shows. More and more people are looking for birth control and more people are looking for the morning after pill. And the U.S. announced today $820 million in Ukraine aid, including missile systems. It's about time. I think they're just waiting for everybody in Ukraine to die, and then they're going to give them some stuff. There's been some unsafe levels of arsenic found in material that was used at some demolition sites. Arsenic is a very poisonous substance, and it's a great way to kill somebody, basically. If you've ever seen the movie Arsenic and Old Lace, it's the perfect way to dash a little in someone's cereal. Sooner or later, they're going to pass out. Okay. Kohl's, the sale that they were going to make has fallen apart. So Kohl's is going it alone. You will see Kohl's more and more places because they'll be opening some smaller stores. The United Auto Workers reached a deal with the GM's subsidiary, avoiding a strike at some Michigan sites. Some Bolt purchasers in 2022 are eligible for reimbursements. That's the Chevy Bolt. Let's see. Let's move on. Oh, Google says it will delete the location history for visits to abortion. Does that mean that I've been being tracked when I go to the go-go bar? Oh my God, they have a record of it. Biden opens the possibility of more offshore oil drilling in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, I think the Permian Basin has tons of oil, and we should probably stay out of the Gulf of Mexico if possible after the last disaster. The last remnant of Facebook's crypto project shuts down September 1st. So apparently Facebook has given up on crypto. I doubt it. Let's see. A massive pileup of car and furniture exports bound for the U.S. is spreading across European ports. I guess everybody ordered too much stuff and it's just not able to get here, or people are just not buying it now. I just came from the Salvation Army store, which is basically where I shop, and there was just so much there of good stuff. Why? Because people like me croak, and then you can buy my stuff. Major crypto broker Voyager Digital suspends all trading, deposits, and withdrawals. This is a bad sign. If that happens with Coinbase, I would say we're going to have a major, major crash. The Atlanta Fed GDP tracker shows U.S. economy is likely in a recession. Oh, no kidding. Of course we're in a recession. Trump Media Company has been subpoenaed in federal criminal probe of a SPAC deal. Listen, no matter what this guy does, they're going to go after him. It's so easy to accuse someone and very hard to really convict them. Let's see. Micron earnings beat, and that's a good thing. Now, let's talk about some international news. Germany, Nigeria sign accord for return of looted Benin bronzes. Putin says Western sanctions pushing Russia, Belarus unification. I mean, we know that Russia marched out of Belarus, so why do we think that they're not unified? What we probably should have done is gone after Belarus, after the soldiers came from there, so that we can really get Belarus on our side, but instead of Russia's getting it on their side. U.S. conservatives vow harsh restrictions to curtail abortion pills. I doubt it. I think that a lot of propaganda news comes out. I don't think that they can do anything about the abortion pills. And I think that no matter what, people are going to seek the pills more than they are physical abortions. If anything, the companies that make these pills, their value is going to go up so high because there's routes away. I mean, if you can get cocaine into this country, you can get abortion pills into this country, especially when 90% of the country supposedly is pro-abortion or pro-choice. That's not going to happen. I expect higher prices for Plan B and abortion morning after pills. In Libya, protesters stormed Parliament building in Tobruk. India has banned 19 single-use plastic items to combat pollution. Oh my God. I haven't been to India yet, but I've seen pictures of how they just dump things and the kids crawl through and try to get things. It's unbelievable. Not just guns and abortion. The U.S. top court reshapes the rules. Supreme Court is under pressure from so many people, and no one can figure out what's really going on, except perhaps that they are just following the law. There's many environmental groups that press leaders as UN Ocean Conference ends. They're very upset about the pollution in the ocean, and it's being shown by the number of fish that are dying. In Ukraine, Russia most likely dropped some phosphorus bombs on Snake Island. Terrible. And I want to talk to you about disinformation. There is so much disinformation that gets through to the United States and elsewhere around the world that it's not only for voting, it's also for facts about what is happening in the world today in terms of what people believe and what they don't believe. If you could just see how they target certain segments of society with outright lies. No one is believing the news today. And almost it's the news's fault because they just totally did lie with so many things or did try to manipulate things. Now propaganda is flowing so easily. Let's see what else we had. Lots of trouble in Nigeria. Leprosy colonies and residents endure stigma and neglect. So many people with leprosy in Nigeria right now, and people are just outright disgusted. Big rat problem in Great Britain. The nomadic communities, in other words, the homeless communities that are setting up, people try to set up homes in the back of trucks and everything, but, rats are everywhere, and they're everywhere in the United States, too. Kathleen Boswell walks around the densely packed Mary Street caravan site in Bradford, Yorkshire, where she has lived all her life. We have a big problem with rats, a really big problem. We even have names for them, she says matter-of-factly. George, one of the rodent neighbors, I called my brother a rat all the time, is as big as a Yorkshire Terrier. So big, he can't even run. The 30-something who is a senior youth worker for a local travel organization, Leeds, explains, it's no joke. Kathleen is a well-respected figure on Mary Street. She's eloquent about the problems her community faces on the site where tarmac internal roads lead to concrete slabs that anchor the trailers where residents live. 4 generations of the Boswell family have lived on the site in northern England since shortly after it opened in 1976. Kathleen's parents grandparents pulled on in the 1980s as travelers, termed moving onto a new site, a van towing a caravan or chalet to a pitch. Kathleen's mom, who did not want to give her name, recalls moving onto the official site about 40 years ago. Although as local Yorkshire people, they had camped nearby, we have always stopped around here. For breathing, it was better then. It wasn't green, and there was an awful smell from the chicken factory, but there wasn't so much industry. Ah, perhaps the chicken factory is the problem for the rats. Her mom remembers how previously the family would camp roadside in the area, stopping on patches on green land before they decided to move onto the site permanently. There are more housing in the area then, she recalls. Now mostly industrial activity surrounds them, scrap yards, car repair shops, and even a demolition expert, which crushes bricks and building waste down for recycling. Kathleen and her two young children share a chalet with her mom, while her elderly grandfather lives nearby. The site, about a half size of a football pitch, houses some 30 families crammed together on 28 campsites, in sparkling clean white and cream caravans and chalets. But just meters away, looming over the site, is the town's recycling center, a dull brown mass of metal at least 6 meters tall. Kathleen Ann calls her chalet bedroom curtains each morning to sight of skips being lowered and raised, with work there starting as early as 5 a.m. The main problem is we are living in an industrial area and its air quality, smell, the dust and noise, she explains, also pointing out the floor-level runways that the rats follow along the edges of the fence between the recycling center and the site. There are gaps in the walls and the site built so rats have access in and out of the site. This is what's happening with homeless people all over the world. They're setting up camps or leaving the garbage around. And then when there's an industrial area where people can somewhat create crevices where rats can hide, that's where rats are, and they're everywhere. Even here in Tampa and Clearwater, there are rats that run up and down the street just close to the water. And if I see another one, I'm probably going to move. So that's what's happening. It's a rat-filled world, people, on July 1st. Let's hope that things get a little better. If you have crypto, I wouldn't panic. I think there's just so many other things that are going on. They're trying to destroy Tesla. They're alleging racism against black workers at Tesla. Taiwan officials use Calm as an island stock market tanks. The shit's hitting the fan, people. Ghana is getting ready to make a U-turn and ask IMF for help for its economy. Those are some nice people, those Ghana people. Ecuador, indigenous leaders reach a deal to end the protests. They better, because we need the oil. China tightens grip. Hong Kong's luster as world city dims. I can tell you that. I talk to people from Hong Kong all the time. They're out of there. They don't want anything to do with it. The end of Roe versus Wade will hurt poor women most. Okay, guys, if you're gonna have sex, protect the woman, please. Please. Okay? It's so simple. You can still make love by protecting each other. Plus, we're always worried about AIDS. Asia's manufacturing is slowing added to a global recession fears. Well, I don't really care because we're going to take the manufacturing over. The stock market had the worst year since 1970. Unilever has sold Ben & Jerry's business to an Israeli firm. Not that important. Sri Lanka is in the shits. They're broke. Bitcoin is in trouble. Philippines has a Marcos back. I remember everybody screaming about how terrible the Marcos were. The mother had, so many pairs of shoes and everything. And yet these stupid people vote for the Marcos family again. Are they crazy? Can't we find anybody besides the Bushes, the Clintons, and everybody else in this country? Can't we find anybody except the Marcos family in the Philippines? Come on, people. Just discipline yourself to vote for somebody else. Oh, God. The world's a mess. That's all I have for you today. Enjoy your 4th of July weekend. I will do the news better tomorrow. I had to get my Florida license plates today because I've just been kind of waiting for my title to come in from New Jersey. But I've got my plates. They got a nice little bicycle on them. I'm very happy. Have a wonderful weekend. And remember, it's never as it seems. Good night.